Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by at my channel. My name is Evelyn. I film content about living, working, schooling, everything about living as an expat here in Germany. So thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much for tuning in. And yeah, if you'd like to see more content like this, please do well to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, drop comments, let's interact in the comment section, and also follow me on Instagram, where I just share my daily life experience as a wife, mom, student, person of color living in Germany here. So yeah, we're currently on vacation, and if you've not seen the house tour or the room tour of this place, please check the previous video to this one. It's a really nice hotel in Rostock. I used to call it Rostock, but I think the correct pronunciation is Rostock. And yeah, we're here for about 2 nights and 3 days ish. And yeah, it's a nice place, really nice atmosphere. I really love it. Please check the room tour in the previous video that goes up before this, the previous vlog that goes up before this. Let's get into the video. So today I'm just going to be talking about habits that I've picked since living here in Germany. This year will make it 5 years I've been living here in Germany. So of course Germany would have rubbed off on me, right? Yeah, so the first one would definitely be punctuality. Like, punctuality is the soul of German spirits. Like, wherever it is you're going to, you have to be very punctual, even from the train transport system to visiting friends to having an appointment, a termin. And one case that I just remembered was, I had of course when you're pregnant you have like gynecologist appointment maybe once a month, and then it becomes fewer and fewer, closer and closer as you progress in your pregnancy. So sometimes I'll get there like 10 minutes late because maybe I was sleeping or I was nauseous or vomiting, I couldn't make the appointment. Even as I was heavy, they'll still say, "You're 10 minutes late." I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry, but yeah, considering the state that I am. But yeah, you have to be punctual to wherever it is that you're going to here in Germany, which I have tried to pick up. If you hear a voice, my son is down here, sitting down here, staring at me while eating and calling my name. So yeah, punctuality is the soul of the German spirit. You have to be punctual to wherever it is that you're going to, the train station, visiting friends, at a termin. And someone told me something, that even if your child has a birthday party at 4 o'clock, make sure that you do not get there 5 minutes or 10 minutes before 4, because that is when the parents of the birthday child is preparing and rounding up preparations and all that. Make sure you do not get there more than 10 or 15 minutes later than 4 p.m. because that is when they're expecting you, and they're expecting you to be there to cut the cake with the celebrant. So if you come from somewhere like where I come from, we have something that we call African time. So if you call something for 4 p.m, we're definitely getting there by 6 p.m, you know. So it has really changed my mindset. It has really changed the way I think, like, yeah, getting to places punctual, and also leaving it quite early, like leaving really on time, so that yeah, people can have their, even if they're organizing a party, they also need their mid time. You know, you don't have to stay there till midnight, or even, of course there are parties that last until midnight, but you get what I'm saying, right? If you get there on time, you will also be able to leave on time to go and do other things. Another habit that I've picked is dropping off used clothes for people who need it. I find it so good. Like, there are boxes at different places where you can drop clothes, used clothes that you no longer need, at boxes at different junctions of streets, of like areas and keys and all that, which is really so good. Because I remember in Nigeria, if you use clothes, like people pass it down to members of family that you know and all that, but it's quite different here, especially if you're an immigrant. You really, maybe you do not have family around, so you do not know to pass down used clothes that are in, especially kids clothes that are still in good condition, but you no longer seem fit to use, you know. So there are boxes at different stations where you can drop clothes, shoes and utilities that you no longer need, which is really, really good. Another thing that I also find really good is that furnitures and maybe kitchen equipment. For instance, if you are living in like a 6-story building, you could maybe be walking out of the building and you see that someone has dropped maybe their stove that they no longer need, which is still working well, so they just dropped it at the entrance to say if you need, maybe there's someone else who needs it, you know. At one point, maybe was it 2 months ago, I saw like a power bike, that's my son's head, a bike for exercise. I've forgotten what it's called now. Person just dropped it at the entrance. It still works, but the person no longer needs it. Maybe the person has upgraded to an upgraded version, you know. So it's really good, rather than just throwing it out, or you just put it down and people who needs it maybe in the same building. It could be an old mattress or shoes, maybe you are decluttering, and like so that things do not go to waste and you don't just throw them away like that. You pass them on to the next person who needs it, and it will be very, very beneficial to the person. So we definitely do that when we declutter our stuff. Either we take it to the box where you can put used clothes, or put it downstairs where we feel that maybe someone else will pick it up. I think that at some point we dropped like a standing fan that we no longer needed, and I think the person who picked it up in our building still used it, and it was later, maybe when it was almost dead and gone, that we saw it outside, and the person also passed it on, put it outside for someone else who needs it, which is really good, like really, really good. The next one is another habit that I've picked up is being quiet on holidays. Sundays are rest days in Germany here. You need to get down. Sundays are rest days in Germany, and so you would be required to be quiet on Sundays. You'll be expected to be quiet on Sundays, and also on public holidays. Sundays and public holidays, most stores, all grocery stores are shut. The only few stores or shops that are opened are restaurants. Restaurants are usually opened, and so you're expected to do your grocery shopping and every noise that you want to make the day before. So typically what I would do on maybe a day before Sunday or a day before a public holiday is to cut all the cuttings I want to cut, and to blend every of my blendings that I want to blend, like to blend my pepper if I'm going to be making maybe a stew or rice or whatever it is. I just blend everything the day before, so that on Sunday I'm not disturbing my neighbors, because it is classified as a rest day. I'm not supposed to be eating hammers on the wall or blending or vacuuming with a very loud cleaning machine and all that. And I think that because we live in a very, very international buildings, in a very international area, I've heard that people would actually call ordnance armed on people who make noise on Sundays and on public holidays. Like typically if you would make noise, they would call like the authorities on you. Your neighbors will expect that you be quiet on Sundays and on public holidays, and that habit is even important, or is necessary, and is by force. If you don't even like it, you have to still adapt and take it, because you don't want to be disturbing your neighbors. You don't want to disturb the peace of your neighbor, because maybe that's the only day during the week that they have to rest. So another habit that I have learned in Germany and I'm definitely using is putting things on my calendar. When we just got there, we heard different stories that before digital camera became a thing, normally people would put things on their calendar and put it by the kitchen so I don't forget. I thought it was like overzealousness, but then now I realize that there is actually a lot of payments, a lot of appointments to keep up with. Doctor's appointment for your child, dental appointment, school appointment, this appointment, that appointment, maybe you have an appointment at the foreigner's office, different appointments, and if you're not careful you might miss it. So putting things on the calendar is now so dear to my heart, so important. If not, you're going to be missing out on your appointments. And before now, thinking back now, I didn't have so much appointment to keep up with, so remembering was quite easy. So definitely putting things on your calendar is really important, because yeah, so as to keep up, so you don't miss it, so that you don't have to like keep calling to reschedule, because those appointments, it takes a while for you to get them. Like appointments in Germany, you have to like book ahead of time. So if you are able to secure one spot and then you miss it, you're not going to like it. Like you are not going to like it. So putting things on your calendar is really important. Lastly, calling before you go to a friend's place, that is quite important. Like I think I mentioned this in my previous videos, or the two videos before this one that is going up. Like where I came from, if you're just in the neighborhood, you could just stop by a friend's place, like just to pay a courtesy visit, to say hello, I was in your neighborhood and I just thought to say hello. You can't do this here. Like, don't even try it. Don't even dare to do that. Don't dare to do that. So one habit I've learned, another habit I've learned here that is really important, is to place a call before you pay that courtesy visit. Before you go ahead to visit someone, place a call. They might not be home, they might not even be in the mental space to accept you, to receive you as a visitor. Thinking back now, when I was back in Nigeria, and people would just come, I don't want to use the word barging, I just come to pay my parents a visit. At that point, we have to start looking for what to entertain them with, what do we have to cook, what do we have to give. Maybe at that point they were in the middle of disciplining their kids, or in the middle of setting things straight, or in the middle of a conflict, or in the middle of like a bonding session, like just us family, we just want to be together as a family, and then you just stop by to say hello. You have to break that atmosphere, you have to break that meeting, or you have to break whatever it is that you're happening to accommodate people that are just coming in. So always place a call, even when you're almost at the house. They might not be fully ready, but when they know that, oh, this person said she's coming and she's actually on the way, they try to like maybe gather themselves together to get ready to accept you or to receive you into their space. So yeah, I have come to the end of this video that was wonderfully done with the noise of my child. Thanks so much for watching, and what do you think about the tips that I just shared? Please do well to share below what you think about this video and the tips I just shared, and let's interact in the comment section, and I'll see you on my next one. Cheers. Auf Wiedersehen. Bye.